Oh, I see some stuff around the cap there. There it goes. Do you use an open flame on your joints? We're talking U-joints, of course. I'll be back in a moment. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. Today we've got a couple of lovely U-joints on this drive shaft. It's the front drive shaft out of a Silverado truck that needs just a little bit of work. I think it's probably past the prime of being able to just grease this thing up and throw it back in. Anyway, GM has this really great idea of injecting plastic into the retainer caps to hold this U-joint in place. There are no snap rings on the inside or outside. I believe during the installation process or in the manufacturing process, they actually inject hot plastic into these little holes here, and that's what retains that U-joint other than just sheer pressure. Anyway, so to get these out, there are kind of three methods you can use. You can use an open flame from a torch, like a propane torch or a acetylene torch, or even use induction heat as well to heat up that plastic, make it run out, and replace these. Or they also say that you could just use shear force from a press. Now, some people don't have a press, so they use a large C-clamp, like for ball joints and that sort of thing, or for U-joints. So we're going to use three different methods on removing these plastic retainers or this plastic locking system to remove these U-joints. First, we're going to use just sheer muscle and see if our 25-ton press won't just press it out of there as it is. We're also going to use an open flame from a propane torch, so hey, be some good flaming up going on, some plastic dripping out. And we're also going to use our mini ductor Venom, which uses induction technology to heat up metallic surfaces. So we'll see which one works best. Then we'll come back, we'll talk about it, see what our thoughts are on it. So let's get started. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is a drive shaft out of, and it's the front drive shaft for four-wheel drive out of a Chevy Silverado. But many of the GM vehicles from the 90s and up have the same type of U-joint. And right here is a little plastic plug. Now, it's not something that you just drill out because it's actually injected in here and runs, I believe, all the way around that. We'll see if there's a ring in there. I think I remember being a ring in there. But anyway, regardless, you see it's on both sides. We've got that little plastic plug there. And we need to get that out of there in order to get this U-joint out of here, especially if you're using a C-clamp style of U-joint remover or ball joint remover, something like that, to remove these U-joints because it's retaining enough that you can't just sheerly push through it. Now, supposedly with a press, we're supposed to be able to press through that, but we want to melt this out of here, because we're going to use a typical retainer ring on the inside, probably a snap ring, to retain the new ones and get rid of these stock ones, which, by the way, I'm surprised that this 2003 truck still has stock U-joints in it. And this little guy is in pretty bad shape here. You can see right there that it walks around there pretty good. So definitely needs replacing. So we're going to use a couple of different methods to remove this plastic. I think I lied to you. I think I said that we would first try the press. We're not going to do that. We're going to first try the propane torch. Then we're going to go to the mini ductor Venom, so using the induction technology without a flame, and see which one works the best for removing this. Now, before I do this, I do want to mark this. And I'm just going to put a mark right here and put a mark right here to know that's what side this yoke is going to go on. May not make a lot of difference, especially it's on the front. You're never going to notice much of an imbalance there unless you're running down the road in four-wheel drive a lot. So regardless, wanted to make that mark. The other side did not get marked because it was out of the truck when we got it. So let's go ahead and get started and get these things melted out of here. So I've just got a typical Burns-O-Matic 28,000, whatever it is, I don't know, with the automatic torch head. And we'll turn it all the way up. And here's one hole. So we showed that. So I'll just show you what I'm going to do here. So here's one hole. Here's another hole on this side. I'm going to clamp this down a little tighter. By the way, I would not recommend clamping your rear drive shaft because it's probably aluminum in a vise, but since this is steel, I've got it clamped in here, but you see I don't have it clamped enough to really hurt it. I'm just holding it so I can show you this. So I'm going to heat this up and see if we can't get the plastic to run out of here. Well, that was kind of exciting. As you can see, once it heated up, it really started pushing that out rather quickly. So, yeah, let's go ahead and hit the other side. Okay, again, seemed to work rather well. Took a couple minutes there to heat that up, but it did take it out of there. Hopefully that's ejected enough plastic there that it will release our U-joint. Maybe it'll even stay hot for when we get it over on the press. So we think that works, but let's go ahead and get rid of the plastic here on this one. Again, same thing. Have a tab there. Got one right there. And let's use our induction heating to do that. I'm hearing it sizzle. I see some stuff around the cap there. There it goes. Comes out the bottom. Okay, definitely seemed to work. I would say it took about as long. Of course, I've got a big opening there on that one. Let's go ahead and do this other side. However, we're not dealing with a flame at all. Okay, now for this one, I tightened up the coils a little bit, so now we got 3 passes of coils. See if that will do that a little faster. Oh yeah, it's already starting to come out. Okay, so I definitely think that was a lot faster method. And of course, it got our coils a little dirty, but it looks like it comes right off. So that was definitely a faster method there. Let's go get it on the press and make sure those come out. And we're going to use a pretty typical scenario here and use a 30 millimeter socket on the bottom, a 17 on the top. And that 30 should be big enough to catch that retainer cup for that U-joint and also provide enough bracing for us to push it through. Okay, we've got enough pressure that we're bowing this this C channel we have here, which is pretty thick. I think it's about 3/8 here on the sides and a little over a quarter, about 5/16 here in the center, and we're bowing that pretty good. And that's why you should always have this clamp down, so it popped loose in a hurry. So now we'll see if we can't press that side out too. So you can now see that ring of plastic around that retainer, as well as inside in the yoke in there that was retaining that U-joint and doing it pretty significantly. Of course, 20 years of corrosion probably helped a little as well. Yeah, I would say it was due for a U-joint for sure. I'd say that one was dry too. So after long thought, we're not going to just manually press this out. We're going to go ahead and heat it up. We're going to use the mini ductor venom to heat this up. And now for the second side. So this is definitely like a fiberglass or glass reinforced plastic, because there's a ring in here, but I can't hardly dig that out with this little screwdriver. I mean, it is tough stuff. You can see that. Now watch when I'll use the venom here, heat this up. Now it's smoking pretty good. You see it's still very sturdy even at high heat, so that's why, and it's almost, yeah, very fibrous. So definitely some glass reinforced stuff, but you see now we got a ring in there nice and cleaned out. I'll probably take some emery cloth or some Scotch-Brite and get that good and clean before we install new ones. But pretty tough with that plastic, but I think the induction technology, the mini ductor, actually worked the best. Definitely the cleanest. Well, these U-joints were just a ball of fun, and as you can see, they really didn't need to be replaced. I mean, they're in great shape. Now, anyway, they were in dire need of being replaced. In fact, as we mentioned, they were the factory U-joints on this 2003 Silverado, so that's almost 20 years of nice hard use, obviously, so they definitely needed to be replaced. The plastic didn't come out that easy, and as we saw, it's very fibrous plastic, so it's not just like an ABS is just going to melt and drip out of the way. It actually acted like a big old nasty pimple or blackhead. I know that's terrible to say, but that's what it looked like. Anyway, so heating that up definitely worked and worked out better. In fact, we didn't even try it because it was pretty violent on popping the first one loose. So we thought, you know what, let's put some heat in this thing. Let's make sure that we get the plastic out of there. And I really like the mini ductor here, the Venom. Worked out really well. It's a lot cleaner. There's no open flame. It definitely directed the heat exactly where we needed it to go. I will say at first we only had 2 loops and had a big broader circle. It took a lot longer to heat that up than when I took a socket and basically made this circle a little bit smaller. Because that's the nice thing about this is you can remold this how you want to, however you want to. And so once I did that and I actually got 3 coils around it, it definitely heated it up exponentially quicker. So within seconds, it was starting to smoke, and then we saw the plastic starting to expand and come out. So I'd highly recommend getting an induction heating tool like the Mini Ductor here. Worked out really well. We reviewed this, I don't know, probably over a year ago, well over a year ago. But it's come in very handy here at the shop. Exhaust manifold bolts, you name it. Whatever you need to heat up, this does a great job doing it without an open flame. Hey, as far as taking out U-joints, that definitely helped, especially these GM U-joints with the plastic locking mechanism. We'll go back in with some typical C-clip type style U-joints in this thing and get it back together. So that's it. Let us know what you think about this. Do you use a torch? Do you use an induction tool? Do you use none at all and just press these things out? Hey, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, then give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.